Great to have Alabama football coach Kalen DeBoer on the Bama Tailgate Show. Going to remind you guys, as always, brought to you by Pearl River Resort over in Philadelphia, Mississippi. And now's a great time to go over and make your picks count. Also, if you spend $50 at the sports book, you can also go play Dancing Rabbit for $40. So take advantage of that. It's the Augusta you can play. Coach DeBoer, thanks for coming on. I got to tell you, what a great start to your Alabama coaching career. Recruiting right off of the start of it, and then you've continued to connect with the alumni, and then making a winning culture. What's the experience been like for you coming to Alabama and having to replace Nick Saban?
Yeah, it's been an awesome start, as you said, and it's been a lot of work when you kind of think through, as you were describing all of that. Going back to January, there's just so much that has happened, and so. The football piece right now, it's fast and furious, week to week. You're just getting ready for the next opponent, but there's been so much work that's been put in, whether it's our staff or our players, and it's been an awesome journey up to this point. Just enjoying all the great people you get a chance to meet that are here to support our program, and the energy and excitement around each and every Saturday has been a lot of fun to be a part of.
Who gave you the best advice for taking this job? And I've been around the Alabama program for 30 years. This is not a normal football coaching job. There are so many elements to it outside of just going out on the field and calling plays. But who gave you the best advice, and what was that advice?
Here's the thing, and this happened so fast. It happened over the course of, I don't know, maybe a little over 24 hours from a Thursday interview to being offered the job on a Friday to being here by Friday night. In all honesty, there wasn't a lot of advice. It was more of just trying to decide on what to do and just how this would go as Greg Byrne was going through that process on his end. I was trying to do the same thing on mine, but if there was any advice afterwards, it's just continue to do the things that we've done over the years to be successful. And I just take the advice that I've given myself over many years. That's to embrace the great things that are at each program, and in particular, now that we're here at Alabama, all the history, all the tradition, all the great people that made this place what it is, just embracing all that. And that's what makes it fun, because this place is different. This place is special. And embracing the energy, embracing the expectations. The alternative, as I've said many times, is to not have expectations, to not have that energy. And that doesn't sound like much fun.
No, and I got to tell you, talking about fun, Coach, one of the things I've talked about you just watching from afar, covering the team every day, is the positive energy that you've brought to the program, the going out of your way to do local media and shows like this, and how much we appreciate that you've incorporated that into what you do since you arrived. So thank you so much for that. And how, comfortable are you, and what's it like going out and doing shows like this and the national shows and all of the things that you do to promote the program?
Well, it's a lot of fun in my mind, because I get to talk football. I get to talk about our team. I get to talk about people that I really enjoy being around, and that are easy to to sell, I guess. When you got players that put everything into it, that are first class, and just great athletes and great humans, it's fun to talk about them. It's fun to talk about our staff. And so, finding these opportunities is a great thing. And just continue to spread the message of what we're trying to do within the walls, because I think so much, is just trying to get figured out when you really don't know what's happening. And in between, each and every Saturday, and trying to give at least a little bit of insight on the great things that are happening, also the adversity that you're going through, to help people understand what the process is like and what the journey is that we're on.
A lot of people that didn't think you were going to be able to pull off this job, and it's obvious that you're the perfect fit. We all feel like that. One of the things that you were able to do is get Ryan Williams to come back to Alabama. He had committed, and then he left, and then he came back, and he's been such a story. Before you tell me about what he's like as a player, what did you say to his family, and what did you say to him to talk him back into Alabama after he decommitted?
I don't know if it was one specific thing. I think he just, I don't want to put words in his mouth. I think he felt like this was probably the place he should be at. And then once he got a chance to meet myself and the staff and hear the vision, see what we had done before and how, his impact could be, just on the level that you're already seeing. And I know that we've just scratched the surface. But when it comes to the passing game, when it comes to the style of offense, but also when it comes to just how his personality can come into and add to the culture of our program and how it would gel and mix with coaches like Coach Shepard, and myself and, Coach Sheridan and everyone here. I think he saw that. He's like, this is a place that could feel like home. And, it's going to be an awesome experience too, because the system and the offense will have concepts, have a priority on, the things that he can do, the skill set he brings to the table that helps us win football games.
Yeah, and when you were at Washington or some of your other stops, Fresno State and South Dakota, did you ever run across anyone like Roll Tide Willie?
No, I can't say I have. We got him out to practice one time, and he's got an energy of his own, that's for sure. And so it's cool having a lot of people that are really into your program, and that's vast across the state, obviously within our community, and that's a great example right there with Roll Tide Willie.
Yeah, funny, like the passion that Alabama fans have, and and have famous Alabama fans. I've always wanted to ask you this. Because I feel like sometimes people do mistake this, but do you think that people mistake kindness for weakness sometimes when it comes to football coaches?
Yeah, I hope not. I don't think, I think that, to me, it's about coaching. It's about what coaching is, and coaching is trying to maximize what you can get out of your players. And there's different ways to do that. There's different styles of player. And I think coach different ways, and you have to have the ability to adjust to that. You have to help, find the right people that can come into your program that want to be the best they can be. And that's where it starts, is finding those coaches, finding those players. But to me, it's about building a relationship. Well, each guy, responds differently. And, to me, I got to be able to adjust. Our coaches need to be able to adjust to what triggers these players, what triggers them to want to go out there and reach their full potential. One thing that's been just so awesome here is our guys are very self-driven, and being able to appeal to that. I think sometimes there's a balancing act of making sure they have perspective. I don't want to pull back from what their strengths are, but I think having perspective and helping them tap into each other's strengths, because they all have a little something different. That's what I try to do amongst our staff, is have the staff tap into each other's strengths. Look, we all have strengths, we all have weaknesses. And, the key is how you bring it all together to become the best team you possibly can be.
Here we go.
They call him Big Sexy, coming at you from the Walker County. Jasper is his hometown. He's known for giving free rundowns. Oh, Big Sexy, throwing out those Alabama thoughts, sneaking out your mom's window without getting caught. Nick gives you the XPs, but Big Elmo is here to please. Big Sexy Elmo on the Bama Tailgate Show.
I don't know if you've ever experienced anything like that before in your life, Coach.
I couldn't hear what was being said, if there was something that was going along with it, but a lot of questions were raised in that last 30 seconds or so that kind of wondering about. So,
Coach, it's sort of like, the Roll Tide Willie thing. It's like that movie Vegas Vacation, where Cousin Eddie finally meets Wayne Newton in the casino. He's like, "Can I be your bodyguard?" You know what I'm saying? I got five questions for Coach. I know we're pressed for time. You followed a legendary coach in Nick Saban. But the key to his success, I heard through the grapevine, was his passion for Little Debbie snack cakes and the oatmeal cream pies. Do you have a favorite Little Debbie snack cake?
I don't know what it is. If I had to take one of those, the Star Crunches, that would be mine. I don't think that qualifies under maybe what you're asking. Maybe it does, but
Yeah, it does.
it does. That would be it. The Star Crunch. Now, if I had to have another second one, it would be the oatmeal cream pie as well. So I've heard that was a pretty popular item here around the football facility.
Apparently
for many years. Yeah.
Apparently so. Believe it or not, I've eaten a few of those in my life. We're riding around Tuscaloosa, you and I, on a Friday afternoon. What's on Coach DeBoer's playlist? I want to know.
Oh yeah, I've answered this question a lot, and I think people are probably getting bored of just a very general '80s classic rock. Probably and then a lot of the maybe the Van Halens, then also the Boston, some Journey, some the Def Leppard, a lot of the '80s stuff there. And then I like the country too, so you go full swing to kind of the current country, top hits and all of that. So a little bit of everything. I got 2 daughters. They love their music. And so, you get a little bit of that adds to what it was back, when I was their age.
I did extensive research on your coaching career, and I found that you coached in places where there were no Waffle Houses. And I don't understand that. Are you a Waffle House guy? And if you are, what's your go-to on the menu?
You know what? I need to become one, I think.
Yeah.
But that I can't say just because of what you just mentioned. Places I've coached, that hasn't been a thing. So had to go out of my territory to experience it. So I can't speak very well on and articulately on anything to do with the Waffle House. But I do know that I need to get that figured out while I'm here.
You need to get that figured out because the go-to is going to be probably the All-Star, scrambled eggs, a little bacon, a little bit of hash brown smothered covered chunked. You'll learn the lingo. Which celebrity do you wish you could be friends with?
I know a celebrity that I've become really just I think through the sports world, and unfortunately Kobe Bryant's not with us anymore, but that would be one. I think just the more I coach, the more I understand the passion he had. That would be one. And we got pictures of him when he was here, meeting with the team and doing his thing. When Coach Saban brought him in, that just just seemed so cool and an amazing experience. So I'd have to probably pick him.
And final question for you, Coach. If your life had a theme song, what would it be?
Oh, good question.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. One of my favorites, just because of where I grew up, was Small Town by John Cougar Mellencamp.
There you go.
So that would be one probably that would be out there, just because you always remember your roots.
Yeah, no kidding. And I think we became best friends right here. I really do.
I feel that.
I mean, I feel the bond, and I think we've become best friends. It's going to be great. You're doing a great job, Coach. No, I appreciate you and appreciate your time, but you're doing a great job, and we do this Bama show every day, and man, enjoy watching the product on Saturdays. Roll Tide.
Yeah, Roll Tide, Coach.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Roll Tide.